I am so excited to be sitting down today with my good friend Flip. He is the owner of Cali Sober. He's also part of our amazing community here at the lounge.
Wow.
And so we're going to talk all things Cali Sober, the drink, and the community, and
the life.
Lounge community.
Yeah.
And
Let's go, Cali Sobers.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So first, just introduce us and tell us a little bit about Cali Sober.
Yeah, hi. I'm Flip Croft-Caderao. I'm the founder of Cali Sober. What are we? We're the totally legal THC-infused mocktail. Yeah, we make tasty drinks with weed in them, basically.
I think that's it.
I mean, we're fashioned after little modern mocktails, so like, you know, we have a little bit more modern flavors than I feel like anyone else. But yeah. I mean, pretty much just looking for a better for you alcohol alternative.
Love it. So what inspired you to start Cali Sober?
I went sober from alcohol like 3.5 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And I'd always smoked weed, but it was like weed was just really instrumental in me being able to actually quit alcohol. Like I'm one of those people who kind of needs a vice or needs something to kind of take the edge off. And so that was just kind of a light bulb moment where I was like, I don't have to drink alcohol if I can smoke weed all the time, you know?
Sure.
And I know that sounds really like basic, but for me it was a really big thing because alcohol was just taking such a big toll on my life, and it was really just a lot more challenging than it was fun. And I actually found it really difficult to quit because, I mean, not only because of my addiction, but I think because it's just everywhere, and it's like kind of ingrained in culture and every celebration, all of that stuff. And so it was really hard for me to kick it. But yeah, when I started using cannabis kind of as an alternative, that's when my life really changed. And then I thought maybe other people will also need this. So that's kind of how I started the drink.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like cannabis has done a lot for your life.
Yeah, I would say so.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people who are like cannabis consumers or people who are really into it, right, like kind of say it's a miracle drug, right, and it kind of cures all ills. Mm-hmm. But I would say that if you really experience the plant in a lot of different ways, different forms, and then also with different intentions, you kind of come to the realization that it might not be a miracle plant, but there is a deeper connection that humans have with this plant, and that it just creates so many bridges, heals so many ills. Like there's just so many things that it does. It brings us more present. It helps us to be more present.
Yes.
It helps us connect with other people in a lot of ways. So. Yeah, it's kind of touched every part of my life now, and I really believe I'm a better person because of it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when I have worked with cannabis, it, in moderation, helps just like soften, helps you kind of let go of the chatter.
Yeah.
So that you can just be present and enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
And not like worry or be too busy, because also we need to slow down.
Oh, totally.
Slow down and have a Cali Sober.
Well, and there's like, I think there's and I don't think we talk about this much, but there's a huge spiritual component, I think, to the plant that even if you're, if that's not your cup of tea or anything, like there's something that it does to our physical bodies, and I would say our spirit as well, where it does provide that brief, break, or the stretching of time, or that
maybe a little bit of clarity sometimes.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Well, at least especially like what's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
I feel like weed makes us present, and you can't really escape that, which I really love because I'm ADD, and so when I'm high, I'm able to be distracted by the things around me and not the things that are like in my head that maybe can cause anxiety and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Interesting. So you mentioned the ADD, and we both agree this is a medicine. Do you think that cannabis can be helpful when applied as a medicine versus viewed in a recreational sense?
Yeah. You know, actually what I love about it is that it's like kind of a both and.
Yeah.
I remember when I started going to cannabis conferences like back in the day, and when the plant kind of first came out, there was a lot of this push on
First came out.
But you know what I'm saying. Sorry, when it started becoming
popular, maybe.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about like in California when they decrimmed in Colorado. And stuff like that.
When it started getting more mainstream with like decriminalization, legalization.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of the talk was around the medicinal benefits. And I remember there was this one conference, probably like the third or fourth conference I went to, when I heard this dude who was like, hey, the medicinal properties are awesome, but like we need recreation too.
Yes.
Like recreation is a huge part of our life, of our culture, and of what we need to experience as human beings. And so that was a little light bulb moment for me too, because I'm like, oh, this thing really is amazing because it can be used from a recreational standpoint for all the same reasons that alcohol is kind of used. But it also goes further into places where it's actually like healing our relationships, our heart, our mind, our soul, our body. You know, there's just a lot of amazing things that kind of come along with it.
Yeah.
But it's also recreational enough to where it's like, hey, do you want to hang out and smoke a joint? And it feels like we don't, you know, there's no pretense there. There's no, you know, which I think is amazing.
I completely
Because it allows people to like get into it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like inclusive as a plant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Someone call it a gateway plant.
Right. Gateway to a better you.
To healing and better health, because we both know that alcohol can destroy your body and your life, and plants don't do that.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, you know, like there's still like no recorded deaths from cannabis yet, and how many deaths that other drugs have caused.
Yeah.
And
the legal ones.
I mean, and if you really just think about, I don't think people think about that stat enough, because it's like, wait, we have something here that a lot of people like, that it helps a lot of people, and that it, like, the side effects, one of them is not death. When a lot of drugs, most drugs out here, I don't know why I'm not here.
Not here.
But most drugs that exist, legal and illegal, that's one of the biggest side effects, is that you'll fucking die from this. And you just can't die on weed, which I think is just amazing, you know, which I think is a reason why it's here on this earth.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a gift from the planet.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Cali Sober, both a drink and a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which I don't think a lot of people realize. They haven't heard of the Cali Sober lifestyle. So tell me a little bit about that, because I know you introduced me to that.
Yeah, so Cali Sober lifestyle just means like, basically you're not doing alcohol and you're not doing hard drugs. So I kind of describe it as like a plant-based, either recreational or medicinally used, you know, kind of lifestyle. There's some that kind of extend. There's a good friend of mine named Quinn who runs Cali Sober Recovery out of Salt Lake City. And, you know, he kind of expands it a little bit more. So it's for people who are trying to be in sobriety, right? They're sober from alcohol. That's the big thing. All these other like neo-sober movements, right? They all agree on one thing, which is no alcohol, right? Like there's literally, I mean, there's people who are like, I am only doing Coke, but I'm not going to touch alcohol, which is crazy. But I think that's interesting as well. If you look at like what, you know, what are people saying no to, right? But, wait, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, Quinn was saying he opens up kind of Cali Sober lifestyle to also people who are on like anxiety meds or mental health meds or other stuff that would traditionally keep you from being sober in a traditional like AA kind of sense.
Yeah.
But it kind of allows that for, you know, in your sober recovery, which I think is really interesting. It's kind of more inclusive and kind of more open. And yet the Cali Sober lifestyle, you know, I come a little bit from recovery. So when I stopped drinking alcohol, I didn't know what to do. So I went to AA because all of my sober friends, that's what they did, right? And so it wasn't like a trend yet, you know, like it wasn't hip. And so I was, you know, I loved AA. I loved I loved everything about it. I love alcoholics. I found out they're awesome.
Okay.
But I found out that I'm like, my beliefs about, especially about cannabis, about mushrooms and psychedelics and stuff, just didn't jive with the people in AA.
Like the rules.
Yeah, and which is not necessarily bad. I know a lot of people who are like closeted Cali sober people who will smoke weed, but they're in a meeting every day and they're talking and they're sponsors and all the whole bit, you know. And so because there's still a stigma, I think, on both sides, right? The sober people have a stigma against anything that, you know, affects you above the head because you're not sober and all that stuff and you're not following the way. And then there's the stigma on kind of the other side, typically comes from the traditional alcohol people, but really just from the kind of conservative movement of, you know, cannabis is the devil's lettuce and it's bad and it's evil.
Propaganda.
And, oh, dude, totally.
Propaganda from the 1900s, unfortunately.
Well, and and that's another thing why I love not to go back, but like why I love cannabis is that it's this plant that I think provides so much benefit for people, but it's like riddled with all this stigma and like just terrible misuse and propaganda and racism and it's just like it's really I love it because it still like it has gone through everything. What can you do? You cannot kill this plant. Like this plant will be here
much longer than we will be, or the U.S. government.
Yeah, right.
So last thing I wanted to ask you about is being part of our lounge community.
Oh, I love it.
Since you have been part of
OG.
the lounge since before it existed. Since Flip helped me ideate on everything and down to the furniture.
It's my only opinion that survived the whole story.
That's not true.
That's so funny. No, well, and I love the lounge because, and this is like when we first started talking, it's like it was so great because I'm like, oh my God, you're building something that I long for, that I can only dream about. And it's just awesome to see the vision that you've brought to this place, but I think for this city, for this community, and I think even in the face of everyone telling you not to do it or the challenges and regulations and all that stuff, I think it's just it's so cool to see you continue to show up and thrive and say, fuck it, we're gonna keep doing it because it's about the people and it's not about anything else, which I think is really amazing. So,
thank you.
That's what's amazing about this place. It's really the soul, I think.
Thank you.
And the stuff too, but.
That's not exactly the direction I was going to go. I was just going to say, tell me about, your experience here and what has the lounge meant to you as a member?
Yeah, I mean, this place is unlike any other place that you can go to, right? It's like, it's not a bar. It's a bar in the sense of,
we have a physical bar that you can sit at,
and hang out and talk to people.
Alcohol.
But like the people here is what makes it, and I think that's probably what makes any community space special. But I think like when you have a community space where you remove alcohol from it and you kind of force people to interact without the crutch, you get the quality of conversations, the quality of people, the quality of connections that you have here they're just deep, and it's just so much better than anything you can get at a real bar, because I think that when you have alcohol in the component, as a component of conversation of when you're trying to talk to or whatever, obviously you're getting drunker as you're talking, and so the connections start fraying, right? And so by the end of the night, you might be having a good time, but
surface level or shallow.
Yeah, totally. It's super easy to stay surface level. Here, it's almost impossible to, which might scare some people, but it's like, once you're open to it, I mean, like this place is like you walk in and everyone says hi.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of amazing, and like, it's a small enough space where like, everyone, you can meet everyone in the space. You feel the people's presence here. And it's just nothing like any other place. If you haven't been, you have to come and just hang out for a little bit, because that's the only way that you'll be able to really experience what this place is like and what makes it so special.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm grateful for you and so happy to have you in the community.
Definitely.
And glad that we have formed a friendship over our love of
Oh,
cannabis together.
I know, right?
So,
Stoner friends are the best friends.
Yeah. Well, if you guys haven't been to the lounge or met either of us, come by the lounge sometime and grab a Cali Sober. It's definitely our best canned drink that we sell.
Oh my gosh. That was very sweet.
Oh, it's true though.
They sell a lot of amazing canned drinks, by the way.
But there's only one that flies off the shelf, and that we're sold out of all the time.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. Like currently.
So
she's drinking a warm Cali Sober because they're sold out. How funny is that?
Because we are sold out, and I need you to bring me more.
Yes.
Well, Flip, it's always a pleasure.
Definitely.
Thank you for hanging out
Thank
today.
you, Sally. You're the
and
best.
Come hang out with us at the lounge.